Well, it's been a while since I've done a video on this channel, and a video about talking about something I want to talk about. Hi, I'm very tired, but I've been putting off doing this for a little while now, but as everybody knows, the general election is coming up this week, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about from just personally that I've been bugging me for the last 2 weeks. I want to get them off my mind, and I felt this is the best way to do it rather than just a block of text. So, two things I want to discuss today. Firstly, and this will please a lot of people that I know, I'm actually going to be voting for the first time in my life. I am going to be voting for Labour on June Thursday, whatever the date is, next Thursday, or this Thursday coming. I'm going to be doing that. And a lot of people that I know that are massively into politics are going to be, hurrah! You know, over the last few years, we finally got him to finally go and vote, basically. But I thought I'd elaborate on why I'm doing this and my reasons for it. Firstly, between Brexit and now, I spent a bit of time trying to educate myself a bit better with politics. I'm not going to lie, I'm not politically savvy, probably one of the least politically savvy people, and part of me doesn't really care too much about politics, but I thought I'd best, have some kind of ideas, and living with someone who there's a lot, seems to be in a lot more of the know for it, it kind of helps to talk to him about it and things like that. But secondly, I actually feel like there's someone for me to vote for. At long last, there's someone who is representing some of the things that I'd like to see, or at least seems that way to me. Someone who I'm like, oh, you know what, this guy, I think he deserves a shot. And that's how I feel about Jeremy Corbyn. He might not be perfect. I might not agree with everything he says, but I do believe this guy seems fairly grounded for the most part, and I think he should have a chance of being in power. So that's why I'm actually voting for the first time, is for those two reasons. But I do want to say this, and this is something that I think a lot of people are going to take problem with, but just because I'm voting now for the first time ever doesn't mean in the future that I will always continue to vote. It all comes down to the people running for these elections, or the decisions that get put upon us, the people, to vote for. I have to feel something about them. I have to be able to feel like that they represent me or something like that. People who know me know very well I think Brexit should not have been up to the public, and I stand by that, and I still stand by the fact that I didn't vote in that. Now I finally have something at an election to feel like I'm voting. We've got the Conservatives who don't seem to know their ass from their elbow a lot of the time, and we've got someone in Corbyn who, seems to be saying some reasonable things. And this is what's happening now. 5-10 years down the line, when we have other elections and stuff, there might be people running in different parties where I'm looking at them going, you know what? I don't like any of these people, so I'm just not going to participate this time. Now, I know people are going to give me flack for that. I don't care. I'm beyond caring at this point. After a few years of abuse and being shouted at, literally I've stopped caring. But we'll get onto that in a minute. That's the other thing I want to talk about. But I just want people to know that, yes, this is my first time voting. Yes, I will be doing it. Also, for those people out there that won't vote and are going to be non-voters, I don't hate you. If you choose not to vote in this election, good for you. Essentially, you can do what the hell you want. Don't let other people tell you that you should or should vote. It's all about choices, and that is still a choice, no matter what anyone says to you. So that's my first thing. I am voting in this next election, so a lot of people will be pleased about it. Okay, now let's have a bit of an angry rant, because this has been something that's been winding me up for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And the only way I can put this is, people of my social media, basically for Facebook, there's a lot of people on my Facebook, and you all know who you are, who are obviously very passionate about this election and seeing the Labour get back in, or at least that's the way it seems comes across. You want Labour to be in power because you want the Tories out. And I respect to no end how passionate you people are. And there are quite a few people on my Facebook that this applies to. You're all lovely people, and you're all rational people, but for some reason, come election time, you become monsters. And that's the nice way of putting it. With Brexit, with the last election, and with my attitude in the past, the same people who I would normally get on with become incredibly give me a lot of animosity for my decisions in the past. And I thought this time around, I'm actually voting, but my message for anyone who feels like they aren't going to vote or can't be bothered or whatever. Like, whatever your reason is for not voting and stuff, it's like, I do not hate you and I respect your opinion. Unlike a lot of people who I know on my Facebook page are reasonable people, but for some reason you become these horrible, horrible people and very abusive to some degrees with people's decisions. So let's take it for example. If I have a friend and he decides to vote Conservatives, I am not going to turn around to that friend and be like, you're the reason why they're still in power, it's your fault, blah 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 blah. I will discuss with said person about their choice, and they can discuss with me about their choice. Discussion, the key word. This is the biggest problem that a lot of you guys have, and it's directly to everybody on my Facebook who post time and time again about this election. You're all lovely people, but you don't discuss with people, you shout at people. And I've seen it, I've been on the brunt end of it, and it's, well, basically disrespectful to these people that disagree with you. There's a very fine line about being passionate and then being either insulting or abusive to other people that don't share that opinion with you. I get it's a very important thing for this country, and I get that people are going to be are angry at the moment, and they're very uptight, and they want to see change. But I'm sick of seeing rational people become assholes, essentially. And you all know who you are, because we're friends on Facebook. We're friends for a reason, because I like you as people. But for some reason, you become horrible with this election stuff. The biggest thing to remember is that if you want people to listen to you, discussing with them helps them understand your opinions. You might be able to change their mind. By shouting at them, you put them off. They're going to be resistive, and they are going to vote the other way because they're just like, well, up yours then. You know, if you're going to treat them like crap, then they're going to be opposite to what you want them to do. And I understand that people obviously get caught up in the moment, and that's when all the anger comes out, or however much passion. But if you actually stop and think about it reasonably, you can help these people, or at least have good discussions. Okay, you're going to have ignorant people, you're always going to have ignorant people, waste of time. But people that you're friends with, people you get on with, and then they choose to vote differently, you can't come down on. If you look at what happened in America, and you look at what happened with Brexit, you've got the lefties telling everybody else, going, you can't do this, and you can't do this, and you can't do this. No wonder there's a bunch of people that are like, well, I'm in a booth now, I'll just make up my mind. Now I'm not being shouted at by my friends or whoever. I'm not being told that I should vote a certain way. I think the whole point of me doing this video is just to try and get this point out that all of the people on Facebook, you guys are great, and I love you all for the people you are, but you need to stop being so aggressive towards people that don't share your opinion. Remember, you have an opinion, you don't have a fact. You might have facts about each party, but your opinion is not right. It's your opinion. It's subjective, not objective. And I think people get caught up in it and forget about that, and that's why you see it. And obviously, things can be easily taken the wrong way in text form. We've seen it so many times. I've seen it so many times, and it sucks. But that's how it is. I think overall, I've just needed to rant this out, and I want people to understand that this is just my opinion on things, both with how I'm voting and also how I feel about people. I just want people to discuss things like this. It should be a discussion. It shouldn't be like people being aggressive about stuff and being horrible to other people because they don't share your opinion. Let's break it down to something that you may laugh at, but this is way more easy for a lot of people to understand. If you're in school and you grew up when I did, and video games consoles were around, you had people that landed on Nintendo, Sony, Sega, Microsoft, whatever you were on, but you had to believe that you were right. You picked the right side because you had to validate your opinion, and that's the problem. You want to validate your opinion. You want to believe that you're right, and yes, you should be. You should believe what you're saying is the right thing. But you have to understand that's not how everybody else sees things. You have to be respectful of what other people think. If I have a friend of mine who votes UKIP, I might ask him why. I might be a bit taken back, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, you're the problem with this country, blah blah blah. Like, it's a choice. Let people do what they want. You've just seen all these new young people registered to vote. They're probably going to vote Labour. They're probably sick. They're angry. You've got a big ball of people that want change. I don't know what the outcome's going to be like on Thursday. It might be very close. It might not, but we don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to just talk to people about it afterwards. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's all these people that voted everything else. It's their fault. Because it isn't. At the end of the day, let them do what they want to do. That's basically it. that's 2 weeks worth of this rant. I'm probably going to offend some people. I don't actually. I've got to the point where I've stopped caring. I just want people to stop being so horrible to one another when this stuff rolls round. So, hopefully, everybody who wants to know my political feelings on this election, here it is, all in one video. I'm quite tired. I've probably missed some things out. I've probably made some mistakes in this video. If you want to bring up any points, put some comments in the video, or just put some comments on Facebook, or PM me on Facebook. We're friends. Talk to me about it. But, you know, if you want to have an argument with me and you want to tell me I'm wrong, well then, do that. I don't care anymore. So, anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.